bills. Okay, they've misunderstood. You've done your schedule of quantity, you've done your estimate based on what you know because you're the designer. They've done theirs based on what you put in the tender documents. And sometimes what you think you've communicated in the drawings and the specifications is different from what the contractors interpreted. So if the prices all come in differently, too high or too low, then you need to investigate that. Why? So and having it all broken down in the schedule helps you identify which bits are higher or lower than what you thought they'd be. The other person using that schedule of quantities is the tenderer. Each tenderer is using the schedule of quantities, schedule of prices to work up the tender price. And remember, we looked at the tendering process, they will submit that price. They'll say, we will do the works for this much money, and that'll be their offer. Okay, so they've got to get it right. Because if they get it wrong, if they're too high, what's going to happen? What's going to happen if the tenderer gets it wrong, puts in a price that's too high? What's going to happen? They'll lose. Someone else is going to come in lower, and they'll have wasted a couple of weeks doing the tender. What happens if they're too low? Pardon? They lose money. They start the work with less money, less budget than what they thought. So the tender price becomes the budget. So if you say you're going to do the work for $1 million, then, and it gets accepted, then you have to do the work for $1 million or less. Okay, if you muck it up, then, and it costs $1.2 million, then that means your company has made a loss of $200,000. Okay, you don't want that. You're in the business to make money, not to lose money. So it's a real fine line when you're putting a tender together. Is too high and you're not going to win it. Too low and you can't build it for that much. You're going to make a loss. So you're going to balance it. So oftentimes you'll find that when the contractors, when the tenderers, when construction companies all put in their tenders, those tenders are all in a really tight bunch. I won a $2.5 million contract once by $600. Okay, that was how much it was afterwards that come into it. And the other guy was really annoying. Okay, but that was it. That was it. If you've got someone that's a lot of people are bunched up there, and someone that's way low, then you're questioning whether he actually understood what's required. So that's what is happening. So there's two things that's happening. There's the engineer's estimate being done by the consultant. There is the tender price, which is being calculated by the contractor. When the tender price is accepted, if it's accepted, that becomes the budget for the contractor. So it's important to get it right. So how do we make these things? Remember, the tender submission is the offer. What they're offering is what's in the tender document, what's communicated, but most importantly, what was in their tender submission, including the tender price. And you can't go to the client afterwards and say, oh, we made a markup when we were doing a tender price. It was really $1.2 million we should have put in, we only put in $1 million, can we change it? No. Okay? So it's important to get it right. Offer and acceptance contract form. So there is a summary, engineer's estimate produced by the consultant based on the final schedule of quantities, done when the tender document is completed. After you've done the tender document, when you've done the specifications, then you've done the drawings, then done the specifications, done the schedule of prices, then you do the engineer's estimate. Used to provide an estimate before the tender starts, we go or no go, and afterwards are we getting a fair price. The tender price is prepared by the contractor, it's based on the tender document, it's submitted with the submission. We will do the work for this much, becomes the contract price if the tender is accepted. Now, with that tendering process, you don't want to, it's costing your company money. So you are often one of 4 or 5 companies bidding for it. Remember, there's only going to be one winner. There's going to be 4 or 5 losers. Those losers will have spent tens of thousands of dollars preparing that tender, and they don't get it back. The client does not pay you to do a tender. Okay? So if you lose the tender, then that's $10,000 your company has just spent for no return. If you do win it, then it's great. Okay, so you've got to be careful, make sure that you're spending the time right. So how do you estimate it? There's a notice, parametric, bottom up. So the tender thing is a bottom up. So what you've got there is you're figuring out the cost of each schedule item, call them work packages if you like, and then you're sort of building them all up to get to a number. So it's the bottom up way. Cost information sources. When you get out to practice, if you go there, if you work for a contractor, they will have the prices. They will know how much it costs to do their work. You ask the contractor how much does it cost you to lay a metre of pipe, he'll be able to go onto his computer and call it up. Okay? And so company databases. With consultancies, they will normally keep a record of previous projects. So they get all the tenders in, and what I used to do is compile them all on a spreadsheet. And what I'd do is the next tender, I'd actually go to that spreadsheet and I'd say, well, how much is the market charge for laying a metre of pipe? Okay, so I get all those rates from previous projects. So that's the most accurate way of doing stuff. Unfortunately for us, companies keep that really tight. That's confidential information, so I can't circulate it to you guys. But in the real world, that's what you use. Another way is experience. So you might sort of, what I used to do is, if we didn't have a price for it, and I used to work for a company that was a government department, and they never kept a track of how much it cost us to do the works. So we had to work them all up from first principles. So for a couple of years, when we were developing this new database, I'd actually have to go on site and with a foreman, and I'd say, what resources do you need? How long is it going to take? So you say, I need a truck, I need a couple of labourers, I need this many cubic metres of aggregate, and then I'd write it all down, and then I'd go off and figure it out. How much is the labour cost for this much time? Much the same way that you did when you were doing your cost estimates for your first project. Okay, so you just work up a price, and then you divide it by the quantity, and that would be the rate you put in. So your own experienced workers, they can tell you time and resources, and then from that, you know how much the resources are per hour, you can figure out how much it is. And the last third best is industry databases such as Rawlinson. So Rawlinson is really third best. Unfortunately, with our class, we don't have access to company databases because it's confidential. You guys don't have the experience to work back from first principles, so we're stuck with Rawlinson. Okay, so the way it works with a company, with a construction company, is this is called the cost estimate cycle. And the way it works is it's a cycle. Okay, so you've got the tender price there. The tender price is based on previous work. So, and that previous work is done. That previous work is based on actual cost information collected during the price. So the way it works is you work out a tender price based on previous projects, then you run the project, hopefully getting it in within your estimate. You collect data about what it actually costs. You put that data into your company cost database, and if you say, you said, okay, it's going to be $100 a metre to lay pipe, and it turns out it's $120 a metre, and because prices have gone up, then you upgrade your company database so that the next time you do another tender, you're actually using up-to-date numbers. Okay, so that's the way companies work, is they're always looking at how much does it cost to do it, and then taking that information and using it to provide better prices for the next tender. So the tender price, the schedule of prices goes into those things. So we talked about this when we looked at cost estimates right at the start, is that when you win it, you take those schedule of prices, you turn them into cost centres. You might put some contingencies on it, so you've got the cost baseline. You might put a management reserve on top, which is the contingencies that you don't know about, and then you'll add profit on top of that. If the tender is won, then you those cost estimates become cost baselines. So instead of managing the project by just one big number, you're managing a whole lot of little projects. Okay. The management reserve sort of sits outside of it, so if bad goes on, you've got some money to draw on, and the profit's normally not included in your budget. The profit is you bring it in for the cost plus the contingency. The profit is mine. That is the owner. The profit belongs to the owner. Okay? You don't start biting into the profit, and your boss, the guy that owns the company, is going to be very unhappy. Okay? So the profit's the only thing they can adjust. So they can adjust it up or down depending on whether they want the work or not. Right, so the best way to do this is to do it. So what I want you to do is here's a schedule of quantities. So what I want you to do is just look at, forget about the establishment. You sort of did this before for your assignment. So you're sort of doing much the same. So you're repeating what you've done before, okay? So what I want you to do is just use Rawlinson's and come up with some estimates for number 2, site preparation. If you've got time, do the concrete work as well. Okay, so you're a consultant, your boss has said, let's work up the engineer's estimate. Okay, so instead of, because you haven't got any company databases, you're going to use Rawlinson's, so have a look and see if you can work up some rates. Okay, so I'll give you 10 minutes to do that, please.
Oh, cheers. I didn't realise it was 2, eh? That makes so much more sense now. That's pretty decent. 3.8.
You didn't use your
Huh? Oh no, I did it by rushed because it was like just a couple hours before close day. So I was just like quickly just did Control F and just like switch the keywords. Tad, you two for assignment 2 for structural principles.
Assignment 2?
Yeah.
What do you guys get?
I haven't gotten mine back.
Oh,
back?
you handed yours in, eh?
Yeah.
Yes. So, were you? I wasn't in class today, so.
Nah, neither.
Oh, right.
Oh, sorry, no, I was in class. I wasn't last class.
All right. Yeah. 'Cause I think she handed it back to us last week on Tuesday, was it?
Oh, yeah.
The assignment 2.
Structures.
Oh no, this week. No, it's this week Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, this week Tuesday. Yeah.
How'd you go? Was it all good?
She gave pretty decent marks to everyone, eh? So you should. Yeah.
Oh, really?
As long as you calculations was worth like 65%. So as long as you included the calculations page, because I think one of the boys missed out on all that, so you got like full marks for all the multi-frame stuff though. Yeah. Maybe just wait for it to release the mark on I don't want to get her angry.
She's a knack at dicking me out of marks. So
Oh really?
maybe she does that to everyone.
I screwed up my test so bad on structural principles. I only got like 15 out of 60 for the last question, so I pretty much lost nearly half. That's right there.
Sorry, yeah.
What else do you do? Doing structures, highways, and this. When's the size of
The weeks after, yeah. But that one's
500?
yeah, that one's good though. Yeah, that one's clear, you know. The rest of them
Oh,
don't
oh,
seem to be
me.
very clear to me. It's recent though. But like
As a nice.
when I mean that it's
Right.
clear, like you know when you don't know it or not,
Pratik.
you know, like you
Oh,
can
yeah.
work on it. Like this.
But this is
I
on
could
the
think
Yeah,
I've
Rafs,
aced
bro.
it and then
Raf
get-
Simmons. Yeah, Oswego's with Adidas. Yeah.
I just use them for the gym.
That's Mahindra. How's it? Is it okay? How's it?
It must be taking up a lot of space on your phone, all those videos.
Just wondering, how many of these recordings have you watched now?
Other people use it.
Huh?
Other people use it.
Okay.
You should sell them.
I reckon, eh?
Yeah, you should, eh?
YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, buy.
Just be like, Grace, buy me a pizza every single time I give you a recording.
Charge it more to like summarize them and done pretty good.
Yeah, you're hustling like with this 2-leg tripod right here, right? Just to get the recording. Huh?